And good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, second day of the week. We're already in it. No going back.
Definitely beyond the point of no return for
That's
this week.
right. I'm going to try to get you in. So maybe we should. There we go. There he is.
Better?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Except for this light. We have a little bit of a different setup this morning that we're working with. So please bear with us.
The couches are gone.
The couches are gone. And for those of you who have been following us, we are preparing to live full-time in our Airstream. So we're getting rid of our stuff, downsizing. And part of that is getting rid of the furniture.
Purging.
So it echoes in here.
It does sound empty, doesn't it?
You may hear a little bit of an echo. But good morning, everybody. So happy to have you with us this morning. I hope you're having a fantastic start to the week, and I hope your weekend was good. We didn't see you yesterday, but that's okay. We're here today. Something I want to talk about a little bit this morning is, the energies are kind of weird right now. So if you're finding yourself, we lost you. If you're finding yourself needing a little bit of assistance or feeling down or anxious or a lot of anxiety or not feeling strong or that type of thing. And I'm hearing that from a lot of people on Facebook. There's just sometimes the beginning of a new season can make you feel like that too. I know for me, the change of a season can do that. But what I'm saying is if you need help, if you need to reach out to somebody, if you need to talk to somebody, we are here. I'm here, so you can always reach out to me. I belong to a really magnificent tribe of people, both David and I do, the Creator's Circle. And it's a tribe of loving, caring, supportive people that you can always go to when you're feeling not so strong. Because here's the truth. We all feel that way sometimes. We do. Everybody that you see, even the strongest people, even the people that you look at and you say, wow, these people have their shit together and they're strong. And, everyone has times where they don't feel strong, where they feel lonely, where they feel like things aren't working out. So please, please, please don't go it alone. Reach out to someone that you can trust and someone that respects you and cares about you. And we are here if you need to talk. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
There it is.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm better.
Good. It's we've been a lot of things going on with us, as all of you probably have in your lives as well. And having to manage that can be sometimes a little crazy. And also keeping up your health and your exercise and taking care of yourself along with all of the things that come along when you're starting a new adventure, which is what we're doing. And we have Ashley here with us this morning. And I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Marilyn, who is a childhood friend. I grew up next to her, and so many good memories of our families and the kids, and me going to your house. They had 6 kids. And we all ran around like banshees. Did whatever we wanted pretty much. It was a lot of fun. So I liked going there. And then we have my friend, and I don't remember his name, but his wife's name is Nancy, and Jeremy. I believe his name is Jeremy, and Nancy.
The folks that just got started.
Yeah, they've been working out with their kettlebell with us, and so happy to have them with us. He messaged me yesterday because we didn't come on yesterday. He's like, "Where are you?" And so I said, we didn't do a video today, but we will be back tomorrow.
What was the question they had?
Okay, so we're going to cover, they had a question. They're starting kettlebell. Mm-hmm. They work out together just like we do. And they're getting these sores or black and blues on their wrist. And there's actually a word for that. And what did they call that?
They call it the kettlebell badge.
The kettlebell badge. We all get it when we work out with kettlebell initially. I had them. I was black and blue here. And so David's going to explain what it is and how to, not make it so bad.
Okay, this is what you're looking for, not this. A straight line from your elbow to your fingertip, right? There's where you make your grip. The hand has to be such that the pinky is towards the middle of the handle. Now, you're gonna get a bruise in the beginning, especially if you're, especially if you're swinging it up and then crashing into yourself, right? So in the beginning, before you kind of get a little bit more finesse with the kettlebell, you can end up crashing right here quite a bit, and you'll get a little bruise. Now, what happens is your body very quickly gets conditioned. That will not bruise anymore. But you have to kind of tough your way through it a little bit. They make a little wrist guard that you can put on your wrist. But unless you're somebody who's got some issues with bruising, maybe if you're at an age such that you're bruising more easily, or if you have some sort of a condition that means that you're going to be bruising more easily, then perhaps you want to get those pads. Otherwise, just suck it up. There it is. There's my advice. There it is.
And I had them, and it was a little bit painful, but I don't have them anymore. And so it's just a matter of working through it.
Yeah.
And I mean, everybody gets it. It's common, and you might be looking at same thing with when you start like martial arts, you'll get bruised
A lot.
So, and then your body gets conditioned to it. So my grandson plays lacrosse, and he was bruised this season.
Arts.
It's part of what happens.
Yeah.
But it will go away. Mine did. It took a couple of months for it to go away. But now they're conditioned. And also as you get used to using the kettlebell, you're not banging it into your wrist
You
as
just
much.
get better at it.
You get stronger, and you're able to, swing it up in a better form, which also means that you're not crashing into your wrist as much.
Precisely.
So there you go. There's the answer. And I hope that was helpful to you and your wife as you're working out with kettlebell. And we're so happy to have you here with us.
Yeah.
And
our
so-
advice was, don't do it, and if you do, just deal with it. So.
Yeah. David's a hard ass, isn't he? He's a hard ass. That's what he told me when I said, "Oh my God, I've got bruises here." And he's like, "Suck it up." I'm like, "Okay, all right. That's the end of that." All right, everybody. All right, we're gonna get started with a little bit of a warm up, and I'll move over.
Yeah.
He's warming up. I'm gonna just watch. No, just kidding. I'll join. Somebody did a laughy face. Yeah, we're pretty funny first thing in the morning, right? Hey, at least we can laugh. And these are just hops, and I'm dropping our arms down. And if you have any other questions, or as you go along, let us know. Also, if you want to be sure that you're using right form with your kettlebell swings, contact us, because there's several ways we can do that. We can do a Zoom call together, or you can send a video, and David will take a look at it and make sure that, just to give you some pointers on your form, because you want to make sure that you're using correct form. Heart openers here, and as we open up our arms, we feel the gratitude for everything that we have in our lives today. So grateful. It's summertime here in Maine. We live in a beautiful, beautiful state. I'm just grateful for everything, even the challenges. We've got some big challenges coming along here. As we come around, we're just body tapping, and then we're just going to do a little bit of a twist here. Folding at the hip crease, tapping our hands as we come around, waking our body up. Time to get up. Time to wake up. I love getting up early. I feel like I'm missing things if I don't get up early. Like I don't even think I could sleep past 7 anyway, but If I were to sleep till 9, I would feel like I'm missing half the morning. Head rolls, just an easy roll to the right, just kind of warming up all of the cartilage and neck stuff. Neck stuff. Yes. So, what kind of things are going on in your life? I'd like to know if are you facing any big challenges these days? Doing some shoulder rolls here, just put your hands on your shoulder and just nice big shoulder roll. You know, what kind of challenges are you going through and how are you coping with it? I would like to know how you cope with challenges in your life. What do you use as a way to stay healthy in the mind, I guess? Part of it is working out physically. You know, that helps.
Another great answer. In my family, we don't talk about our problems, we grow tumors.
That's horrible.
It's a comedian.
I don't think it's funny. David and I have two different styles of sense of humor, way different. Most of the stuff that David finds really comical, like he'll be laughing his head off and I'll be like, what's so funny? I want to hear it. And he'll tell me, I'm like, I do not see any humor in that whatsoever.
Which of course I find even more funny.
Right. I'm like, I don't get it. I'm the more serious type, I guess. But I am working on trying to find humor in things.
Well, there's a formula for humor. It goes
And we're doing hip circles, by the way.
pain plus distance. Like, you know, if I stub my toe, that's not funny. But if somebody on the other side of the parking lot stubs their toe, funny. Right? Or like, you know, even, you know, if I stub my toe today, not funny. But if I stubbed my toe a couple of weeks ago, perhaps it's now funny.
Yeah, I can see that.
Pain plus distance.
So we may have done something and it seemed horrible, but you know, 2-3 months later we're laughing.
Yeah, or it could have happened right now just to somebody else.
Knee circles. Yeah, if it happens to somebody else, I don't know, I have a little more compassion. I don't know. It's interesting though, everybody has a different type of sense of humor, and we meet people that have the same type of sense of humor that David has. And they
Lovely people they are.
And then they get along really well. Zenobia is one of them. Zenobia and you have the same, Jane is another one, my business partner. Same humor.
All right. Are we ready?
I think so. Ready or not, here we come.
So, I'm going to turn sideways on this so we can see what's going on here.
Okay.
Your knees don't move. Well, they move, but they stay still in space, right? It's my hip that moves. So I tell people, you want to do your swing form properly, you want to imagine that you're wearing ski boots, right? So this action here where the knees move forward and back, that's because of the ankle being articulated, right? You don't want that to happen. They stay where they are. So we're going to sit back into our hips and stand back up. Sit back into the hips, grab 2 hands on the kettlebell, seat the shoulders, hips come forward and stand. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And that sometimes takes practice if you're not used to doing that, because your hips have got to go back. It's great for if you need to use the potty somewhere and you don't want to sit on the seat.
That's
So if you develop these muscles, you will be a pro at that.
Yeah, we used to call it the hover seat.
If you have to use the porta potty.
Okay, same thing, only you're not going to go back quite so far. And you're going to use momentum and get the bell swinging. Here we go.
This is the swing. And you're really using your core. You're gripping in with your toes. So you're barefoot. We don't wear shoes working out with kettlebell. And your arms are coming up, but you're pushing with your glutes fired, core fired, and you're pushing with your core. Your arms are at your hip crease.
Alternate.
You do the same thing, but with one hand. Keeping the back straight
And set it down.
and the hips out.
Now, a lot of people have a difficult time with the transition, handing it from one to the other. So this is the way I show people how to do it.
Okay.
Extend one hand in front of you, thumb down, sit back into your swing. The other hand is going to swing back here. Come forward, both thumbs up, clap your hands. Send the other hand back, sit back in this swing, and this goes thumb back.
Now do it a
So
little
it's thumbs
faster.
up, thumb back. Thumbs up, clap, thumb back. Like so. Now, that clap, that's where you hand the kettlebell to the other one, palm to palm. So let's do 10 more of them. 1. And down.
Yeah, it took me a little while. I remember you had to teach me how to do that. Like I was
Yeah.
like, how do
We
you?
take it for granted now, but these are not easy to do.
Yeah.
So
Just
next,
takes a little practice.
the next thing we're going to do is the high pull. So we're going to bring the kettlebell back. The lower dynamic is the same as the swing. Sit back into my hips, push my hips forward, which sends the bell out with my arm. When I get to here, I'm going to pull back. Elbow high, not low. So it's not this, it's this. Pull it way back high and then push back through. Don't let the ball drop. So you have to do, this takes a little bit of finesse. The high pull. Sometimes I like to call it the high push because really it starts with the hips and it's going to come back by itself. The power begins when you go back through the bell.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Put the bell in a launch position, pinky to the middle of the handle. 1, 2, 3,
And you have to do it fast enough
5,
so the ball doesn't fall.
6, 7,
And you push with your hips.
9, 10. Change hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set it down.
I like those.
Yeah.
Those are another one that took me a little while to get. Because it's the momentum and then you push
Yeah.
and then you come back, yeah.
It's
So
a little
that
bit of
takes a little bit
coordination.
of practice.
Okay, next we're gonna bring swinging it to the rack, pressing it overhead. Now, this overhead position, this lockout position, cannot overemphasize that it is locked. And this is locked, right? This is lockout position. Watch my arm. That's not. It's here. So take your arm, start with just take your arm, raise it overhead, and fire the tricep until it locks.
And you can kind of loosen the tricep first and then fire it and you'll see the difference. So if I let it like this and go like this, now it's locked.
Now, here's the thing though. Watch Watch my arm, Miss Kendra.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go here. Go here without raising. That's one of the hard parts. Instead
So you're
of
bringing it in this way.
right, as opposed to in and up.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that the level of your shoulders goes like this. That's there it is. It's actually, it's like piece by piece. So even once you get that elbow locked, you then have to get the arm to touch your ear without your shoulders being here. So it's actually quite a, that's nice. Feel that?
Yeah.
Very subtle. Yeah. Feel how it was like 1 degree
Yeah.
off?
And it makes a difference.
It does. It does.
It takes practice.
Okay, so
Okay.
overhead with our long cycle. To the rack. And press. Return. Swing. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Last one. 10. Change hands. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6.
7. 8.
2 more.
9. 10. And set it down. Whew, those get hard for me at about 7.
Yeah.
7 or 8. And I'm like, holy smokes. But I love it. You know what I mean? You need to challenge yourself to change your body.
It's true.
And, we would really like to know, for those of you who are practicing with us, how's it going? What has changed for you? Where are you at? And if you're like me in the beginning, I really didn't see or feel a lot of changes for a little bit of time until I really started practicing and getting into it. And then all of a sudden my whole body changed. My core, I'm so much more solid than I ever used to be and stronger.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. So let us know where you're
to
at.
describe to people, really.
Let us know where you're at. And if you're feeling like, oh, this isn't working, just keep going. That's all I can say. Don't give up. Keep going. Practice with us every day, and you will see the benefits as well.
Absolutely.
So great.
Okay, so we're going to do some halos. Now, what I like to tell people, the analogy I use is, imagine you've just grabbed a piece of metal and bent it. So you have to fire your chest and your traps and your lats, bringing your elbows in close, right? And then when you do this exercise, you keep your shoulders nice and strongly seated, and bring it around. Now, this position, it's like the lockout position. Your arm should brush past your ear. So I like to use that as my indicator of position. So I bring this up with my wrist straight, and I brush my ear, and then this one is going to fold my ear forward. So it goes one way, so it goes one way, and then the other, right?
The other
And
tip,
then when you come the other way, it goes the other direction.
yeah, I was gonna say, the other tip for me is I grip with my toes.
Yeah.
And I bend my knees just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it gives me a solid groundedness into the mat or into the ground.
Absolutely.
So I'm feeling really solid on my lower half in order to move this part, and the rest, your head stays still, core is tight. Yeah.
Right, and if any of you have done any karate, it's like sanshindachi. You're gonna pull your feet and knees towards each other and grip with your toes. That's gonna engage your inner thighs and your glutes.
So this is, even though it's using your arms, it's a total body. It's really a total body
Absolutely.
piece.
Okay, grab the kettlebell by the horns. Up in front of your face. Grip with your toes and bring it around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set it down. 10's a lot to do with those, isn't it?
It is. It feels good though. It is, because we used to only do 5 of those, and
Yeah.
we've graduated.
Okay, so we're gonna do our side bends. We're gonna do the low windmill. This is really gonna work on the structure of this and our flexibility.
And you may be wondering why we keep doing these. It's because this is one of these, they're all important to get form. This is one of the harder ones for me to get.
Mm-hmm.
So I've requested that we do it on a regular basis so that I'm practicing it daily, because once you do that, it'll shorten the time of you actually getting it if you're practicing it daily. So it is important to do these types of things on a regular basis in order to have your body in
Let me
line.
get something real quick.
Uh-oh, he's getting the broomstick out.
I'm getting the brooms.
I'm gonna just see who's on with us. We have Diane Marie is with us, Ashley and Marilyn. Welcome, everybody, and whoever else, I can't see your name.
So
Good morning.
when we do our kettlebell swings, we have the broom or the straight line that touches at our sacrum, in the middle of our back, and the back of our head. Those 3 points touching constitute a straight back. So to do our squats, deadlifts, or kettlebell swings, the spine stays straight, right? We fold at the hip here, keeping it so we don't bend our back, right? When we bend to the side, doing these side bends, the back also stays straight, right? So whether we pick it up with this arm or we have the weight overhead holding it here, the back does not bend. We don't bring our head, tailbone, or mid-back off that line. If you can find that, It will serve you very, very well in terms of saving your back from injury. When I look at elderly people,
Yeah.
the ones that are healthy have a straight spine as a habit.
Yeah.
They never bend their back.
And we do, we're in the grocery store, and we look at people, or if we're at the beach, and not to judge, but to see, we can tell, whether or not they are working out or if they're
Right.
healthy.
And you learn your posture from your parents unconsciously. It takes bringing consciousness to your posture to change it. That's why things like Pilates and ballet and yoga or martial arts or any athletics really that's worth their salt, they focus strongly on proper posture, because it is with proper posture that the body is at its strongest. Okay, so with our feet pointing 45 degrees towards the kettlebell, I've got my left hand on my back hip, my right hand palm forward on the front leg.
Let's see.
And I'm gonna kick my hip back, keep my back straight until my hand reaches the bell. Grab a hold, don't lift yet. Pull yourself down a little bit more, really stretching, but don't break the line of the spine. If you can't go any further, just stay there and breathe. Okay, reach the arm extended, seat the shoulder, tighten your belly, push the hip forward and lift. Bring it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All the way to the bottom, let it go. All right, feet point to the front, slide it to the other foot, left in this case. Point your feet 45 degrees to the left. Right hand on the hip. Palm forward on the left hand. Kick the hip back. Grab the bell. Now, to go lower, push the hip back further. Focus on this point. If you focus on anything other than your hip, you will be doing it incorrectly. Now, grip it, arm extended, tighten your belly, and hip forward to lift. Hip back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now keep the bell up. Point your feet to the front. Walk the bell off the mat. Sit back into your hips to set it down. Whew. All right. Come on down to the floor on one knee. Cross your hands in front of you. Now, here's your goal. Your goal is, with the spine straight, I'm going to push my hip back and try and reach my head to the floor. Now, it's not going to make it, but that's your goal. Come back up, push the hip forward, and push the hip back. Push the hip forward, push the hip back. Now, take that other hand, reach it around this leg, use it to pull yourself lower. let it go.
And it doesn't have to be a big pull. If you're feeling uncomfortableness, then, or pain, you can stop. You know, you shouldn't be feeling pain, but once you feel, David's very flexible. I can't do what he does, so if you're down there, you're like, holy shit, how can I do that? You might not be able to, and that's okay. Just do what you can.
Cross your arm. Hip back. Fold, 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 fold. Come up. Push the hip forward.
I will tell you, though, that the more you practice this mobility and flexibility, the better off you're going to be as you get older. And you see it, too, with older people not being mobile. They can't walk. They can't get up. They can't step upstairs. They can't do all kinds of things.
And reach around the leg. Pull, 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 pull. Release.
But it takes practice, and it's one of those things, if you don't practice your flexibility and mobility, you'll lose it. That's just the way it is as you get older.
Nice. Okay, come on up. So one of the things that I like to do, especially with people that are training in the beginning, to get a jump start on your training is something we call swinging out. And what that means is you're going to take the kettlebell and you're going to, take the largest kettlebell that you're comfortable swinging, right? And you begin your swings and you count and you see how many you can do. Because eventually something is going to happen and this little voice in your head is going to say, put the thing down. You're going to hurt yourself, Dave. You've had enough.
You'll run out of breath.
Right. It could be that your grip starts to fail, or your cardio, or your legs. It doesn't matter. Some part of you is going to fail. Whatever is your weakest link is what's going to fail. And that in that way, whatever your weakest link is gets the most work, right? Because it's the only thing that went to failure. And you keep going. Every day you do your workout, swing out at the end to give you a benchmark of where you're at and what your weakest link is. Because if it's your grip, eventually your grip being worked more than anything else is going to strengthen to the point where something else becomes the weakest link. In that way, you will move up systemically because it's constantly fixing the weakest links. There it is. There's my rant for today.
Well, and I also want to stress that wherever you're at today, it's okay. We're all different. We all come into this in different levels. So if you're not doing what we're doing, that's okay. It doesn't matter. We're not in competition. This isn't a competition. You're not in competition with yourself, and you're not in competition with anybody else. You just do what you can each day. Try your hardest and leave it on the mat when you go for the rest of your day, and you'll feel accomplished. And each day, give yourself kudos for things that you're improving in, and if you didn't do so well in one day, then say, I didn't do so well. Oh, well, I'll do better tomorrow, or, kind of assess what it was. But don't kick yourself in the ass for it, is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Give yourself some grace. It takes some time to get this. I'm still learning, and I've been doing it for a long time, almost a year with David. But I started out slow, which is really what you have to. It's just one of those things. But once you get it, and once you're able to work out with it, it'll be a lifetime membership for you. Honestly, it will. I guarantee it. Okay. You want to swing out? Want to do some swings? Nope. Swings? So we're done?
A little bit later, yep.
Okay. We are done for today. I hope this was informational, and I hope it helped you out this morning. Let us know if you have any questions or comments. You can message me, as I did. I got a message yesterday. And I hope you have a fantastic day. You make this a fantastic day. The creators of your life, you are. And we'll see you here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Yay.